I'm just wondering if you have anxiety, whether you'd consider that you have good boundaries. Maybe that you have a very busy life. It may be that you're on the go a lot of the time, doing all those things that you have to do to get through the day, tick all the boxes, and it can sometimes just feel like one more thing will just tip you over the edge. What if that one thing comes along and it's a demand from a family or a friend for you to do something for them? How do you cope with that? How do you manage it? Are you able to put good boundaries in and on occasion say no? If it's something that you can't do because you've got your own things to do which you need to prioritize, are you able to do that? The reason I ask is that anxiety is often about not having clear boundaries, can certainly make anxiety worse. And sometimes it can even encourage anxiety to kick off. Sometimes anxiety can just get into your life because you can't say no, or perhaps you just automatically overdo for other people. This takes away from your own time and your own energy. You need to do stuff for yourself and can result in feelings of irritation, frustration, and yes, that good old anxiety. If people's demands take more than you can give, so that time is taken away from what you need to do, particularly if you have a number of people making demands on you that you just haven't got time for. It can leave you feeling very flustered, off balance, and agitated. It really means that what you allow to happen will happen. People sometimes believe that if you don't say no, then you can do it. Therefore, being able to say no is really important for self-preservation. And also not to rush in to help people, but allowing them to sort their issues for themselves, so that they learn for themselves how to deal with their own problems. Also, it's not continually draining you. Again, this is all about boundaries. Remember, you always have a choice with these things. Does this sound familiar to you? It's remembering really that it's okay to say no whenever we need to, if we're overgiving the energy and reserves and time that we have. We have every right to prioritize our own things, focus on those. You're just as important as everybody else. Notice how you're feeling when somebody asks you to do something. Do you feel fine about it? Or do you instantly feel tense and agitated? If you do, then this is a real sign that you're overgiving. And practicing saying no is important here. You may initially start to feel a bit guilty. It is actually important to let people to solve their own problems sometimes, or look elsewhere for other resources, other people, or ways of dealing with things that don't mean they're just draining you. It's not wrong to allow people to be responsible for themselves and their own problems. It's good to remember that. Deciding what you can and can't do is important in life, because it starts to mean that you feel in control. And as anxiety is mostly about feeling out of control, it's really important to take this stance when you need to. You may take a bit of practice at first. You may automatically say yes, because you're in the habit of doing so. It may take some practice to say no. You may be in the habit of just saying yes automatically. So take that pause when somebody asks you to do something. See how you feel about it. If you feel quite happy about it and not pushed for time or pushed for energy, then that may be fine in that moment to agree to help someone. If you start to feel tension or agitation, then it's a sign that it's not right for you in this moment. You can negotiate a later time that suits you, or practice the no. Get those boundaries in place, and you'll find that this will really help with your anxiety. This is Tina from Action on Anxiety. See you again soon.